Hi there, welcome to High School. I'm Miss Han. Very happy to meet you. Today I would like to walk you through the basics of Chinese phonics, Pinyin. This is perhaps the most important part for beginners because it will help you effectively in reading Mandarin Chinese. Today I will start with vowels and tones. Chinese has many dialects, just like there are many languages in India. Mandarin Chinese is the standard language spoken in China, which is based on the Northern Chinese accent and vocabulary. In Mandarin Chinese, there are 6 vowels, as you can see here: a, o, i, u, yu. A is a common vowel in many languages. When you're pronouncing it, just open your mouth wide and say ah. The second vowel is o. When you're pronouncing it, make sure your mouth is not too small. It should be like o. Your mouth shape is narrow and long, like you're smiling. E is a long sound. Do not pronounce it as I. It should be E. The fifth one, U. Never pronounce it like you. It's not you, it's U. The last one, U, is a bit tricky. Many people find U is hard to pronounce. My suggestion is starting from E and keep your tongue there, but round up your lips like this. E. E. Can you tell the changes of the sound? Just round up your lips to make a small circle. E. E. Practice until you can make a beautiful U sound without starting from E. There are 5 tones in Mandarin. Normally, people would say 4 tones because the last one is a light tone. So here I'm going to demonstrate how you pronounce the 5 tones with the vowel a. For example, we start from the first tone. The first tone is very high and flat. This is the only tone with no changes in pitch. For example, ah. Can you tell the tone is high and flat? Ah. The second tone starts from a low pitch to a higher one. It's a rising tone. Ah. Ah. Like you're questioning. So when you hear rising tone, it's very likely to be a second tone. I will tell you later why I said very likely, because sometimes a third tone can sound like a second tone. The third tone starts from a high pitch, then goes down and climbs up like ah, ah. When 2 third tones are together making a word, like this one, 我有, the first character will change its tone from the third to something like the second tone, like 我有. If we pronounce the word in its original tones, the 2 third tones, it will sound like 我有. That's very long, time-consuming. So we're going to say 我有. 我 changes into something very similar to the second tone. Now let's try if you can pronounce like a native speaker. 我有. 我有. The fourth tone sounds very short and decisive. It drops quickly, like ah, ah. The last one is the light tone. Light tone is very short as well, and it sounds like ah, ah. Some people think it's very similar with the fourth tone, but they are actually very different. Have a listen at the fourth tone and the light tone. Ah. think you will immediately tell the difference. For example, in the word daddy, in Chinese is 爸爸,爸爸. The first character is a fourth tone, 爸, and the last one is a light tone, 爸,爸爸. Can you tell the difference? Now let's take a review. I will start with as an example to demonstrate how to combine the tone with a vowel. Let's start. Ah, 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 ah. Oh, 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 oh. Uh, Yu doesn't have a first tone, so we start from the second tone. Yu, 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 yu. Now you may have a question. How do I know which tone it is when I hear a new word? How do I recognize the tone and pronounce it precisely? Well, I'm going to teach you a sentence which contains all tones. When you master the sentence, you can apply it to other words to help you pronounce tones you hear in a beautiful and correct way. The sentence is 阿姨很饿了。阿姨 auntie 很 very 饿 hungry. Le marks the end of a sentence. 阿姨很饿了。Auntie is very hungry. 阿姨很饿了. So this sentence contains all tones. A is the first tone. Yi is the second tone. 很 third tone. Fourth tone. L is a light tone. In daily life, we don't speak so slowly. A natural way of speaking this sentence is 阿姨很饿了。阿姨很饿了。You may start slowly first to make sure you know how these 5 tones sound like. This will help you so much in your future study in deciding tones. So, how to use the sentence to pronounce and decide what is the tone you hear? Let's have an exercise. I'm going to speak 5 words with 5 different tones. Please use the sentence 阿姨很饿了 to decide which tone you hear. Please listen to the first word. 好 好 Does it match the tone of 啊 好 啊 No, it doesn't match. How about the second 姨 好 姨 No, it doesn't sound the same. How about the third one? 很 好 很 Yes, it's a third tone. So, 好 is a word I hear and I don't know which tone it is. I use the strategy 阿姨很饿了 to know that 好 is actually the third tone. Now let's try the second word. 乐 乐 Let's have a think. Does it match 啊 le, no, they don't match. How about yi, le, yi? No, le sounds like dropping, but yi is rising. No. How about hen, le, hen? No, don't match. Let's try the fourth one. Le, Yes, le is a fourth tone. Next one, listen carefully. Hu, hu. Does it match a? Hu? No. Does it match yi? Hu? Sounds correct. Yi, hu. Yes, hu is the second tone. Now I'm going to leave it to you. Please listen and tell me which tone it is. You may pause it before you tell me the answer. La, la. Have you got the answer? Yes, it's a first tone. La, a. The last one is also on you. Have a listen first. D, d. Can you tell me the answer? Yes, it's a light tone. D, a. No, doesn't match. D, yi. No. D, hen. Absolutely not the same. D, sounds similar, but d is lighter than fourth tone Have a look at the last one. D, l. Yes. So 阿姨很饿了 L is the same tone with d. They are both the light tone.